Hi, John. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
Okay. So, can we say you're back with the force?
Yep, you can say because I do one film a year. So,
Yeah.
2008 I did only Dostana. 2009 was New York. 2010 was Jhoota Hi Sahi. 2011 now is Force. Some of my films are looked as experimental, and most experimental films usually don't work. And the commercial ones I know would work in any case. So I just draw a balance between the two.
You reject a lot of roles that come your way?
Yeah, a lot of roles that come my way. The only difference is I don't talk about what I reject.
Any film that you've refused and then said, damn, I wish I'd done it because it really worked well?
No. I mean, there are films that I've refused that I've done exceptionally well, and there are films that I've refused that I've bombed. John Abraham likes to experiment, to look different, to sometimes. How do I put it? I don't think I'm a good-looking man, but I just think...
Are you being very modest?
No, I just think I don't want to look good all the time for my audience.
Don't you think like being so good-looking has also been a deterrent? Because you can't go beyond, like people see you and say, okay, John has to look good.
Honestly, I don't feel very sexy, or I don't look in the mirror more than once in the morning. Honestly, Madhurita, I don't.
Really?
And in fact, people sitting here who work with me will vouch for that. That's the only time he looks in the mirror is when he goes in for the shoot once in the morning, and that's it. Never is a mirror taken out for John Abraham. So I don't think it's a deterrent, but I think it always helps to do a range and a variety of roles.
In the newer lot, who do you think is the most good-looking?
Oh, I mean, when you say newer, you mean Ranbir and Imran?
Yeah.
They're the only two in the newer lot, right?
Yeah.
I think both. I think Ranbir is extremely charming, and Imran's a beautiful boy.
In fact, Salman was recently saying that the two boys who can take over the industry after the Khans is Ranveer and Imran.
Well, I'm sure they're both very talented, and I'm sure both of them have their plates full. You really can't discount the Khans because the Khans will always go on, and I think Salman's being very modest by saying that because I think he's still got a long way to go, and so does Shah Rukh. And Amir, of course, is my most favorite. I love Amir, and for the kind of films he does. So I think they're going to graduate into different kinds of films, and I think the audience is going to accept senior people in different kinds of roles. In our age bracket, you have me, Abhishek, and Hrithik, completely three different people. I mean, Hrithik plays these superhero roles. He's such a beautiful, again, a great-looking man. So
do you want to do a superhero kind of thing?
Well, I'd love to, and I think, honestly, in terms of physicality, I don't know how many people can really do it, to be very honest with you. But again, unfortunately in our industry, if you're a big star, then you justify a big budget. You know, if you're a star like this, then you justify this budget. Ravan can be made only at that level because it's Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah.
So try doing it.
You need right roles for actors.
Yeah, you need right roles for actors. So here right now we're casting according to how much a star sells in a certain film.
But you've never belonged to any camp in the industry.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious and clear. And people, when they talk about John Abraham, they say he's just an individualistic person. He's by himself. I don't need to please anybody, right?
Yeah.
So I don't go to parties to network.
Yeah, you've never done that. Yeah.
In fact, that's what even Karan Johar said once. He's saying, you're the only actor who I've seen who doesn't really think he needs to go to a party to network with people and get work. And I just tell everybody that if you deserve it, you'll get it. If you don't deserve it, you won't get it.
Okay, you're doing 2 films with Akshay.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is the chemistry with him? Is he
Great.
is it safe for you to call him a friend now?
Akshay's always been a friend, and Akshay's like an older brother. So I asked him for advice, and I turn to him Akshay's pretty much, he identifies with me because he tells me, saying, John, after me, you're the only guy who's come here without any backing in this industry.
So is the chemistry better with Abhishek or with Akshay?
Well, both of them, very honestly, and Abhishek's a darling, and I just love Abhishek, and I literally take offense to people who speak negative about him, so I'm so protective about him.
That's your dostana, huh?
That's my dostana with Abhishek.
Well, the audiences haven't got enough for butt act, and people keep talking about dostana too, so what's happening?
Well, Dostana 2, I honestly don't know. I think Tarun's still working on the script. Karan says it's definitely going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm nervous because when it happens, I think there's going to be a butt act. So that's something I have to kind of prepare for.
Who do you think other than you has the best butt in the industry?
Well, I don't look at men's butts, but who has the best butt in the industry? I mean, from the women, I can tell you, but men definitely.
For the women, actually, that
I
would be
think
more interesting.
Deepika, I mean, undoubtedly. She's gorgeous.
Yeah, she is.
I think she's one of the most beautiful women, and she's also so nice, and that makes her even more beautiful.
I'll ask you this, John. That considering you're really good looking and you're a bachelor, isn't it very easy to link you up with every actor you work with?
Well, I get linked up with every actor I'm working with, and it's kind of odd after a time, because you read it and then you read it. And Madhurita, I don't want to be known as a frivolous person because I'm very serious and intense in whatever I do.
A lot has been spoken about your recent breakup with Bipasha.
Yeah.
So tell me something, John, as a public figure, as a media figure, isn't it harder to get on with your life and move on because people are constantly asking you this, and doesn't it make it tougher?
It depends on how you take it and how you accept whatever you have to from there on and deal with it. Because if you're a public figure, then, be rest assured that you're going to be spoken about in print or on TV, and accept that fact. Because I sometimes sit on a flight and a guy next to me has a newspaper and there's my photograph on the front page, and it could be something nice or could be something not so nice. And he's reading it and he's looking at me and he's like, someone so, yeah. So you don't know exactly, there's a certain projection that happens out there. Just deal with it. Deal with it graciously, that's all I'm saying. I think be respectable about whatever you've been through and be respectable to people. People will deal with it differently. They'll have opinions on you. Like, I've heard people talk about me like they know me at a coffee table, not knowing that I'm sitting on the other table. They say, John was here, John. So you hear that and you wonder how you're going to deal with it, but then be happy about the fact that they know you, but also give it a lot of respect and don't get upset or don't get euphoric about things. So I'm one of those normal guys. I'm very normal middle class in the way I think. So I'm very happy.
What I really liked is that, the way you were always honest about your relationship when you were seeing someone. And even after your breakup, you've been fairly honest about it. You've not really played games and said that, not commented or something.
Yeah, I think it's important to be honest, and at the same time, we've spoken enough about it. So it's also important to know when to stop talking about it. So I think I've reached a point where I've stopped talking about it anymore because what's gone is gone. So at this point in time, I don't talk about anything. I just talk about what I'm going to do from here on.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yeah, but wasn't it disturbing when you read interviews, in the papers? Anyways, you're dealing with the breakup, and then you read things about yourself.
No, honestly, I mean, if you want to know the honest truth, if this has to go on camera, then I don't get newspapers in the house. So 4 years now.
Why?
I don't watch GECs, General Entertainment Channels. My TV goes on only for the MotoGP, that's a motorcycling race, or it goes on for the Formula One and the English Premier League football.
So you don't watch your own interviews on TV?
I don't see anything. And Madhurita, that's one of the reasons why, and this is with no disrespect to the media, I'm human. So when you see good or bad about yourself, it affects you. That's why I'm so secure as a person, because I'm so disconnected from what's happening in the media that I really don't know. I love the media, and I think it's a very important estate. And I think the media honestly has been very supportive. At the end of the day, actors say the media wrote this, the media wrote that. But fine, I mean, you ask them. When you need their help, you go to them. And you're here. When I'm promoting my film, you're here to talk about it. And I do respect that. So I just feel that I'm not condescending towards the media. I don't have a problem with the media. In fact, I've got so many friends who are in the media. And in fact, Omar is such a close friend of mine.
You just heard that you said that you watch Amir Khan films, or you only watch Amir Khan films.
I like Amir's films because I think Amir makes a difference to the film industry with the kind of films he attempts to do, and I think that's lovely. And so I'm pretty much excited about watching his films.
Tell me something. Who do you think is the best dressed in the industry?
Well, honestly, as cliche as it may...
You're also stylish yourself.
Yeah. As cliche as it may sound, I think no one can dress like Mr. Bachchan. At this age also, no one can dress like him. He is by far the best dressed man. Outside of him, all the others are well dressed, but...
The women? Amongst the women?
Amongst the women... I don't understand clothes and purses and...
Come on, you're kidding me.
Okay, I'm kidding you. I think all of them are. See, the women here, like I know Sonam's very fashion aware. Bipasha's so beautifully dressed all the time. I think all the women mostly dress up really well.
Thanks so much, John.
Thanks,
It was
Madhukar.
lovely talking to you. Thank you for being on the show.